is an understatement to say that Arc Raiders is definitely one of the most successful multiplayer games of recent memory. This game came out of nowhere. It had a trailer from years ago. No one really talked about it until launch day, and then boom, everyone was playing it, everyone was having fun, everyone's creating memes, and even till this video being made, it is still live and kicking, beating the likes of Call of Duty and Battlefield 6. I mean, maybe this is good timing, but yeah, those games weren't good this year. I like Battlefield 6, but Call of Duty, not so much. I like this game a lot. I put a lot of hours into it, and I thought, let me go out and get the platinum. However, that was somewhat impossible, which I'll get to in a bit. What's good? What's happening, guys? It's Sam, MrBlitztek, and today I want to talk about Arc Raiders and getting the platinum trophy. I managed to get it. It's not that difficult, to be honest, but even with the 51 trophies in the way, it's finally very, very possible. Up until recently, you couldn't even get the platinum because there were some bugged trophies from day one that was locking everybody out of trying to even achieve this whole entire list. And I think there was about 4 or 5 of them that were just incomplete. There was Enemy of My Enemy, Death from Above, Hook, Line, and Sinker. And these particular trophies aren't even really that difficult to get in the game, but because they were bugged, it just left the platinum to be unattainable. However, that is no longer the case. The platinum is now very, very doable. So let's go through the list and see where I basically went and done these, and probably help you with some tips and tricks as well along the way. So let's start with the easiest that everyone's definitely going to get for maybe the first time. Rare there and thereabout. This is my first trophy, and that is Rite of Passage. Safely return to Speranza for the first time. I mean, you go into a raid. You could quickly just run to a train station, but obviously you don't want to do that. You want to loot. And what you have to do is hopefully not get righted. And yes, in this day and age, it's becoming more and more frequent, but there are a way around that. You can get into friendly lobbies, or you can just make sure you blast the whole lobby yourself and make sure you take all the loot for yourself. Next off, we've got Mechanical Failure. Shoot a thruster off a wasp. That isn't too hard in itself as well. There are wasps on every single map apart from Stella Montis. In fact, now take that back, there are Stella Montis, and they're just on the side of the wasp. Shoot them, boom, trophy done. Self-sufficient, install a station in your workshop. So you're going to have these workshops back in Speranza. They're going to give you a list of items that you may need. The more you loot, the more you're going to come across these items, and boom, Bob's your uncle, you've installed your workshop. The friends we made along the way. Return to Speranza together with an encountered raider. I'm not entirely sure if this counts with a party or if you've just had to be solo, but as long as you go into a lobby, like I said, as long as you're just returning to Speranza and someone is in the thing with you, you're good. But like I said, there's rats about. They could shoot you in the back and basically knock you out before this even happens, which is actually another trophy. We'll get to that when we do. Scavenger, search 50 loot containers. I mean, this is very, very easy. You're going to go into a raid, and I would say within maybe the first 5 raids, I mean, if you are new to this game, you've been seeing a lot of stuff online. This is the name and the aim of the game. Everything is lootable. Just go search all the containers, and boom, silver trophy rewarded. Cross the threshold, knock out a raider. So yeah, there's gonna be raiders all over the map. I'm pretty sure there's about maybe 15 to 20 people per raid, and they're gonna come. You might be friendly, you might not be. This is your chance to knock one of them out. It's your choice how you want to go about it, but it's definitely gonna happen with your time raiding in this game. Not over till it's over. Safely return to Speranza while down. Now, this one can be a bit of a conundrum. Like I said, it's probably easier with a team, but there's also a chance that you can wait to the very end, get the arc to actually knock you down, and then make sure that you're just basically going to the panel and basically activating it. It's very, very possible, but it is a risky strategy to implement, because if you want the last raider and someone does come along and doesn't decide to help you, that's it. The trophy's out of the way and so is all your loot. It's a bit mad. Behind closed doors, visit a locked room on Dam, Battlegrounds, Buried City, or Spaceport. Now, this isn't that difficult as it sounds. All you have to do is go visit one of these places that require a key, or I'm not sure if it counts for rooms that have that needs to be broken open. You're going to come across this. Easy to do. Probably if you want to get guaranteed this, go do it in the day, because in the night it's a bit more risky. There's raiders that definitely would take your head off for it. And as long as you got it in your safe pocket, I'm pretty sure this is more or less guaranteed. So yeah, nothing to worry about here. In your element. Reach level 10. Leveling up in this game is not that hard at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's other trophies that require you to make leveling up trophies, like reach level 75, which might take some time, but yeah, you'll get this eventually as long as you're playing the game. Well travelled, safely returned from Dam Battlegrounds, Buried City, and Spaceport. So there's a whole bunch of maps on the game, but they only require you to come back from 3 of them, and Dam Battlegrounds, pretty easy to do. So is Buried City. Spaceport can be a bit of a space style map. It's quite large, it's quite huge, and I would say it's a bit more risky on there because of the amount of loot you can get, but this will come with time as well, so there's nothing to worry about. Into thin air, safely return to Esperanza through a raider's hatch. So eventually you get to make these raider hatch keys. It might take some time, or you might even find one, to be honest, and someone might even allow you to safely return through one of these. As soon as you've done that, boom, you got this trophy. Racking them up, destroy 50 arc enemies. Like I said, not only are there players on these maps, there are a load of arcs as well. You've got big arcs, small arcs, tiny arcs, arcs that will just jump on your face and trying to chew your face off alive. As long as you're destroying these, all the clankers must die anyway. Boom, got the trophy. See you never. Return safely to Speranza while leaving a squad mate behind. While this is pretty sad to do, I don't ever suggest leaving your squad mate behind. If you're going with random, sometimes that might just have to be the case, to be honest. They might be on some stuff. Like, there's times when I'm trying to input to these guys. I'm going, the other guy's with me, we're in the station, we're ready to export, and he's on his own stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool, he's clearly good on his solo dolo, so we left him. Trophy. Upgrade a workshop station to level 2. Like I said, you're going to get a list of stuff you need to get to upgrade your workstation. As soon as you've got the upgrades, this will offer you the trophy. A Vendetta is born. Get down and knocked out while inside a return point. Now, this might not sound as hard as you would think. You could actually get someone to do this to you, or it just might happen to you. I think to me, it just happened to me. I was trying to get out. I got downed, I got knocked out, lost all my stuff, but I don't have gear fear, so I had nothing to worry about. But I did want to chase my man down and make sure I got my shit back. Very hard to do in this game, but very worthwhile at the same time. Bells and whistles have 4 weapon mods on a single weapon. I heard this is quite bugged, but this is also quite simple to do. There are a bunch of weapons that only allow up to 4, so you're going to have to find one of those to begin with. I'm pretty sure the Pharaoh, or at least the Stitcher, it does allow weapon mods. As long as you're able to find them, or at least craft them yourself, just put them on, and you should be able to get this trophy easily. upgrade a weapon to tier 4. So the easiest weapons to obviously upgrade to tier 4 would be all the grey weapons that you usually do start with and are able to craft from the jump. I would recommend those, but obviously there's a whole list of weapons that you can upgrade to tier 4. That's obviously your own violation, but it's up to you. And as soon as you've done that, boom. Trail of Destruction. Destroy 100 arc enemies. This is just gonna rank up from the last one. I mean, it's only double, and every single map has a ton of respawning arc enemies anyway. You're gonna get this longer journey. It's not gonna be that hard. And yeah, 100, not that difficult. Not that difficult. Most of them are small anyway. That's gonna rack up really quickly. No going back. Be topside when the safe window closes. So this is relatively easy to do. I mean, you could do it while you're just trying to play the game, or you could actively go out your way and do this. If you want to go out your way and do this, you can go hide in the corner on the edge of a map where you know no one's going to find you. And boom, there you go. Safe window closes. You got your trophy. Or you could just be about your way, just trying to do a raid, and you just find that you're just out of time. Can happen more often than you think. Big haul. Return to Speranza with 50,000 worth of loot. Now, this took me quite a long time, even though it's one of the simplest trophies to get. I was actually boggling my mind, but you will need a very good augment that can hold a lot of weight, a lot of slots, and then you're gonna have to get a lot of loot worth that much. Obviously, I would say the maps obviously can help with this, or during a night raid, then the locked rooms also help with this as well. So you can go to, I would say, Spaceport, Stella Montes specifically. Make sure, like you said, you got a very good amount of augments. As much as I don't want to say it, but I would encourage is definitely PvPing, getting off people's weapons, and that racks up a lot of money. Another way is obviously just to get and kill the queen. She drops a lot of expensive parts as well, and like I said, most of the time, killing other players or doing locked rooms is definitely a way to go about this, or just killing very large arc and just make sure you're having nothing but those parts in your bag. But this can be quite tasking. It will get there eventually though. Reach a total lifetime loot value of 1 million. I mean, this is going to happen throughout your gameplay anyway, as long as you're selling most of your stuff, and you're going to have to anyway because you only got a certain amount of slots in your back home in Speranza anyway. And I think I racked up over God knows how much millions just sitting in my account. Also having over 1 million sitting in my stash. So this is going to be really easy to do regardless anyway. As long as you're going after high value loot stuff, this is so easy to achieve. Deal 1000 damage to arc enemies. This one was actually bugged for the longest time, but now, boom, it's actually very doable to do. I would recommend either going after just the whole entire map. You will get this eventually, but for me, when I wanted to test it out when it was bug free, I went straight for the queen and easily got this trophy almost ASAP. So not that hard as it sounds. Well armed. Have 2 weapons of tier 2 or higher equipped in a round. This is not that hard either because, like I said, you can upgrade 2 of the weapons really easily, have 2 of them, and go into a round, and then there you go. You got well armed. This might take a while for obviously some noobs and some new starters, but not that hard at all. Top of the world. Reach the top of the launch towers in Spaceport. I mean, I'm surprised this is even a trophy, to be honest. You got a major easily zip line to get up there. You go to the towers, go to the top. You can even jump across if you want, and you got the trophy. It's kind of like an unmissable spot. So yeah, go at it. Unyielding! Knock out 10 raiders. Go do some PvP, bro. That's it. Got a trophy. Go do some PvP. Don't be scared now. Bringing down the big guns. Destroy a Rocketeer. Now this one can be a bit scary to new people. I mean, a Rocketeer does look menacing in the air, but he is quite slow. and he's quite friendly when he's not looking at you. But if you've got a wolf pack or you've got a team with you, this can be done relatively easily. Back from the brink, revive a squad mate 10 times. So if you're with squad mates, which I highly do recommend at the beginning anyway, rather than, in fact, it depends how you want to play, just go into randoms, have a squad with you. If you're getting downed, you don't have to have defibs. You can just go crawl to them and then just revive them that way, and just do that 10 times. You got the trophy. Same song, same verse. Set off 2 car alarms in a single round. Not that bad, even though the sound design in this game is superly awesome. This trophy is also you setting up for failure, because the more sound you make, you're just alerting everyone on the map where you are. So yeah, I got this when the game more or less first started, and I would say now it's definitely going to alert Arc and players to your place. They're just trying to set you up for failure. It's mad. Heart of Gold, you thanked 10 times in direct messages to something you did. This one was kind of easy. If you got teammates or even just randoms, just drop them something. We'll have a little something that they can just press to say thank you. I'm pretty sure this is all kind of players. As long as they've done that, you'll be good. The only thing is now, I'm not sure if everyone's just pressing those buttons if they've got a mic. I'm pretty sure you might or might not get this, but I'll guess eventually you will. In the nick of time. Safely return to Esperanza with less than 5 seconds left in the round. This is actually, again, quite as easy as not making it back to the return spot. Because what you can do is make sure you can wait till the end. Make sure you're next to the last return point, and all you have to do is just run down the clock. As long as you press the button before it even hits, I say less than 5 seconds, you'll be all right. I would even say 30 seconds. You could even time it like that. It takes quite a while for the lift to come up or wherever you're trying to export from. So I would say leave it a bit of time, but don't leave it too late. But as long as the clock isn't 0, it's not as daunting as you think. Destroy a bastion. These mother fudgers are quite annoying to deal with, but as long as you know you got yourself equipped, well equipped, these guys are easy to take down. Safely return to Speranza 100 times. I mean, as long as you're playing the game, this is going to come to you very, very easily. I mean, you can speed run this. I don't know why you'd want to, but as long as you're looting and shooting, you're good. You'll be returning to 100 times or dying 100 times, either or. Long shot, hit a target over 250 meters away. This one might be a bit more difficult. I would say definitely get the blue sniper rifle to help you with getting this shot done, and definitely getting a target like a rocketeer or a snitch, or even something on the ground, something you can see from 250 meters away. As long as you can ping it, it'll tell you the meters, and then just go and shoot at it, and you should be able to get this trophy. Horseshoes and hand grenades. Down an encountered radar with a grenade. Yep, like I said, as long as you're PvPing, throw everything, including the kitchen sink, and this is able to get you a radar down with a grenade, especially those pesky trigger nades. Even though they've been nerfed, they're still quite powerful. Use those. Destroy a snitch with a stitcher. So this is one of the grey weapons. Obviously not that handy to be destroying arc with, because it's quite crap at dealing with the arc penetration armor. But as long as you got say a good sizable clip and some ammo, this is quite easy to do. There's loads of stitches on majority of the maps. Just make sure you destroy it, because if you don't destroy it, this thing's going to go up and snitch on you and bring around 2 to 3 arcs to kick your ass. And if you're by yourself, man, do they deliver an ass kicking. Today you, tomorrow me. Revive an encountered radar with a defibrillator. You eventually are going to either find defibrillators or able to craft them, and this is definitely going to be easy to do regardless anyway. Everyone does this in the PvE maps. If you're doing the queens or just trying to solo something, if you find someone that's down, go defib them. they might even thank you and get the other trophy. Dedicated to the craft, have 5 stations upgraded to level 3 or higher. This might take a while, but you eventually get there because you have to destroy big ass arcs. I mean, you could try and help someone destroy them, take a piece or two, and eventually get it that way. Or if you're geared up to the teeth, you can actually try and do it yourself. Either way, this will take some time and it will take some risk. But like I said, there are ways around this. You could either try and loot someone else, or you could try and go into PvE lobbies, not get disturbed. There's always risk with it, so just make sure you're having fun trying to get the pieces. Most durable pants in Speranza. Slide 80 meters without stopping. I would say the best place to do this is definitely Dam Battlegrounds. Slide down the dam, keep on sliding. I'm pretty sure that's why I got it, or I'm going to show you the video anyway. And this is probably the biggest place. Let me know in the comments down below. There's another slope as long as this. 3 birds, 1 stone. Destroy 3 arcs with a single wolf pack grenade. So you will always see wasps and hornets together. You know what I'm saying? They even sometimes you could even use a snitch grenade and call down as many as you want and just throw a wolf pack. This will guarantee that for sure. Legend of Speranza, reach level 75. So I would say this might take some time for sure, but 2 ways of getting this are surviving very long in the map. That gives you a lot of XP. I would say PvPing, or basically destroying arc, one or the other. Maybe even both. That will get a lot of XP. Around 15k per round to be getting to level 75. But as long as you're playing the game and doing all these trophies, you will eventually get it. And if you're having fun, this is definitely just a no-brainer. This won't take no time at all. Practice makes perfect. Visit the practice range. I'm actually surprised this is up on the list this high. It goes to show that people don't actually go to the practice range and are practicing other raiders or other arcs. Because you could go to the practice range literally within seconds and then be out. It's literally on the map. You can't miss it. Up close and personal. This is probably my last trophy because people were actually surrendering and not dying by the raider tool. The raider tool is your melee weapon that you could use for opening doors, hitting arcs, or hitting other raiders. And I tried to get this multiple times. I even thought it was bugged, to be honest, but people were just surrendering. I eventually did get it, and this might take some time because it uses your stamina, but you'll get it for sure eventually. Comparatively study. I might have said that wrong actually. Use 4 different weapons to deal damage in the practice range. Again, practice range, really easy to get to. I'm pretty sure by this point you got different weapons as well. I mean, you can craft all different kind of weapons. You can craft 4 different kind of weapons, so you can find more as well, so you definitely will eventually get this. And I'm pretty sure they got weapons in the practice range as well. So again, I'm surprised no one goes to the practice range. No one wants to practice. Everyone wants to go straight into the deep end. A Tale for the Ages, destroy the Queen. Now, this one is a bit of a conundrum because everyone says you have to get the last hit on it or a roundabout there. So you want like a very high damaging weapon, or if you want to risk it all for a chocolate biscuit. There are multiple videos out there about using a deadline. I used a equalizer on quite a long range, and I would say the lobby wasn't really filled with people trying to attack the Queen. They've nerfed it to the point where it is actually kind of hard to solo the Queen. So I would also recommend trying to do it with some people, I guess. But if you are able to solo it, this is obviously going to guarantee that. But if you are in a queue with people that are trying to kill the Queen, I would say a deadline is the best active way of doing this because it deals a ton of damage in one hit where everyone's trying to shoot it. So yeah, you'll get this eventually, but it is quite tough. Hook, line, sinker. Use a lure grenade to make a drone attack another drone. So there are multiple ways of doing this. There is the Queen, there's the Matriarch, there's Bastions, there's Rocketeers. I tried all of those and I either couldn't land them or I just couldn't get them to shoot each other. It was really, really strange. So I went to just your ordinary hornets and wasps. It took some time because these guys like to line up their shot, shoot each other, but I eventually got this. And this was another one that was bugged. And it's not something you do on a regular basis. You do have to go out of your way to do this. So yeah, strange trophy, but I'm glad it's now doable. Blindsided, destroy a sentinel with a radar tool. The best and easiest place to do this is damn battlegrounds. One spawns on the broken dam in between. You just go to your left or your right, depending where you spawn from. Just go up to it and basically just hammer away. Like, you might get shot doing this because it is out in the open, not by the actual sentinel, but by another player. So you gotta be quick, and it does take some time. It takes a few hits, but once you've done that, it's out of the way. Thank fudge. Just dropping by, get hit by a supply drop. There are plenty of supply drops all over every single map. I don't think there's a set of monitors though, because it needs to go into the up in the air and come down to the ground. So as soon as you find one of these, there is a nice place in Bluegate, I believe, near the graveyard looking place. I tried to do there multiple times, but it didn't really spawn, so I gave up. As soon as I saw one spawn, I did that. And you make sure you've got to basically follow the flare, and once you see the flare, you should see the supply drop. Follow the supply drop, and it should bonk you in the head. It does no damage, thank God for that, but it will eventually net you the trophy. So hopefully you don't die by another raider. Death from above. Deal 50 damage on an enemy while atop a rocketeer. So this one, I hope they haven't fixed it, but it's not that hard as it sounds. Basically, the way I did it was I killed a rocketeer and I went to his carcass, jumped on his carcass, and I summoned other little drones, so wasps and hornets, and just destroyed those, and it popped. So that also kind of counts, I believe. So it's not as bad. You don't have to, you know, jump on top of a rocketeer because that can anger them for sure. But this is also another way. For science, get gas, stun, and burst statuses at the same time. This one took some time. I tried doing it in a room by myself. I think I even tried to help another raider at one time trying to do it. It doesn't seem to be as easy as it sounds, but I think the easiest place was definitely going to the damn battlegrounds graveyard, semi-opening up one of the old Baron ones, laying down a stun mine, throwing a gas grenade, and then as soon as you open up the Baron, it will just blow up, fire you. You should get all 3 statuses, and hopefully this took me, I think, 2 to 3 tries to get this with that technique, but I think this is the most easiest one that doesn't take too much work. So I've tried doing it with myself, my own weapons, and it is quite difficult. Now, this one was bugged for a long time. This is why it's probably one of the last ones that people are getting, is enemy of my enemy. Get an encountered raider downed by arc enemy summoned with a snitch scanner. So I actually went to a friendly lobby and actually asked someone that I would revive them. And he actually was all right with it. So I threw it down. It took some time for him to get downed. I should have summoned more. Someone else was also destroying the wasps and hornets as well, but thankfully that I told him that I was trying to do something here. Eventually downed him, I revived him, I destroyed the arc, and I got my trophy. So yeah, this one was also bugged as well, I believe, but it's not as easy as it also may seem. So this is probably why it's the least earned too. And boom, after that you should get many tails to tell. So all 51 trophies right there, I would say aren't that hard to get. Some are quite situational, some might take some time, but at the same time I would say it's a fun game anyway, and it's not really a difficult trophy. The game itself is quite difficult and it might take some time. In the guide it's saying 120 hours and 5 out of 10 difficulty. I would agree with the hours, but I wouldn't agree with the difficulty because some of these, I would say, wouldn't take that time at all, especially if you're getting someone to help you. But It's a fantastic game anyway. I definitely highly recommend it. You would definitely get sucked in if this is your kind of game. And I'm glad I got the trophy because Embark in studios deserve my kind of time. So guys, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. What do you think about Arc Raiders trophy? Have you gone and got it? Do you need any help? Let's drop some hints. Let's comment, help each other. And I'll see you guys on the next level. Peace out, and ciao.